Built in 1924, Death Valley Junction and Amargosa Opera House has the same birth date as Marta Becket, the ballerina who's been gracing this stage for 45 years. We spoke to Marta today on a one-on-one interview, which her assistant Rhonda says is perhaps her last.
Yeah, I composed them.
You wrote them all?
I wrote them all. I wouldn't think of writing somebody else's.
Your performances, do you write them too as well, the whole show?
The whole show I write.
Do you perform with anybody else on stage?
I did for 12 years with Wilgett. That was my partner at that time. He had been a maintenance man for Death Valley Junction at the time my husband left. And he could do a lot of funny things, like dance with a broom. I thought if he could do that on stage, I'd have it made. And there I was, at a loss what to do. I had no partner because my husband left. I put Wilgett in a show called The Second Mortgage, which was a melodrama.
Your husband left. Do you speak to him anymore?
He died.
Children?
No,
Let's talk about when you were a kid. What age did you start performing at?
too late, against my mother's will.
How old?
14.
14. 14 is late, right, for a ballerina?
It is.
Tell me about those days when you, well, obviously you wanted to do it a lot sooner, and tell me about your childhood.
I lived in Greenwich Village. I finally got a scholarship with a dance teacher named Gluck Sandor. I studied with him 2.5 to 3 years. Discovered something was going wrong with my left knee. So I looked around for another teacher, which was not scholarship, against my mother's will.
What's your first performances?
What did I do? I danced to Chopin, Tchaikovsky.
Did you have brothers or sisters?
No, I didn't.
What's some of your performances or some composers that you most like?
Well, at the time I most liked to perform to Chopin, Tchaikovsky, and Alban Berg string quartet. I did a piece called Gossip, which got to be very popular.
I've seen that you performed in many companies with other performers. Tell me some that really stand out to you.
Well, my first performance was in a nightclub, which my mother approved of because I was going to start making money. The Hula Hut was the name of my first. Then from that I graduated to the Corps de Ballet at Radio City.
Wow.
And that was difficult because I was a very creative dancer. I like creating my own dances. But at the music hall I had to do what I was told. So I conformed to that. Mm-hmm. Then I was in the Broadway production of Showboat